Hi, and welcome back to our show. I'm Mike Just.
And I'm Dylan Just, and we are
Just Irises. So today is Friday, April 11th, and it is a temperature of 39 degrees. Ooh, it's cold. It's minus 11 of what the normal temperature is this year. So that's a little bit of an issue, and you got to be concerned about frost. It's going to go down to 34 tonight. It was down to 29 a couple nights ago. The thing is in March, we had 3 strong weeks of 60s and 70s. So the irises shot up, okay? But now, if you look close, and you see here, see the frost damage that's on some of these, okay? You see that here, you see that here, right? So then the question is, what do we do about that? Now, one option is that we could cut back some of the leaves, but the frost damage isn't strong enough to where we have to cut back some of the leaves. They're gonna figure it out. Irises are hardy, okay? Now, if there were some scenarios where some of the leaves would need to be cut back because they were wilting or pulling back hard, then that would be a totally different story. And in that case, then like if it was like this, if they all started to look like this here, okay, now that's a different story. And then we would just cut this back, okay? But because they're still green, they just got some blotchy spots from the frost damage here, they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna shoot up from the bottom and they're gonna work out okay. Now, here's the other thing. Because they're a little bit damaged right now, in the event that it's gonna frost, it's gonna go below 32, and remember, frost doesn't have to be 32 and below. It could occur at 37, 36, 35. It just depends on the situation and the circumstances. So for instance, come over here and check this out. If you notice over here in this pile, no frost damage. Why? Because this area here is the north. And when the north wind was blowing, when it was 29 degrees the other night, the fence was protecting these. But there is no fence over here. These were exposed. And because they were exposed, you see, they ended up getting some of this frost damage. Okay? So then the question is, what do we do? Like I said, right now we're gonna do nothing. A lot of times gardeners overthink these things. They think, okay, because it's got damage, I gotta do something about it. No, you do not. It's fine. It'll figure itself out. Irises are hardy. However, if it's gonna dip down below freezing any of these nights coming up, we're gonna have to adjust accordingly. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to put a blanket. They make these blankets you could literally lay over your garden, and that will help insulate it a little bit more from this cold weather. So we'll either put a frost blanket over the top, or we'll put a sheet over the top. Something that we'll do it probably in the 4 or 5 p.m. range when it's a little bit warmer. We'll get it to kind of warm up and keep some of that heat inside of it, and then it'll carry it through the night. So that's definitely something that we're gonna look to do in the event it gets below freezing anytime soon. The weather suspect this week, we're in the 40s down to 34 to 37 for the rest of this week. Much colder than normal, but irises are hardy. They're gonna figure it out. We're gonna be okay.
So like my dad said, the frost did hit these irises. But still, you still have some blooms here. Like this one right here is coming up really early. There's a stalk right there. The frost just slowed their growth down. If we didn't get the frost at all, we would have got some like late April, early May. But since the frost did come, we're probably gonna get like all of these irises like in mid-May.
So what can you do post-frost in order to kind of rejuvenate these and kick them back into gear? Well, what you can do is, let's wait about 2 to 3 weeks till the frost is done completely from when the damage occurred. Hit them with a light fertilizer application. You're gonna do your normal fertilizer normal time, but because they're gonna put some energy into rejuvenating now their leaves, it's a good idea to kind of hit them with a little more fertilizer and a lot of water. That'll help cycle it through a little bit quicker, help it replenish its leaves, and help produce more flower growth.
So kind of like medicine.
Yes, it's like a way to alleviate the stress that it went through from the frost, correct.